What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica Hickson, and I spent 5 years working my way up to the top of an MLM before realizing they're just not all that they're cracked up to be. My goal with this channel is to rescue some Huns, to prevent some Huns from becoming Huns, and to also give those a voice who have left the Hunbot industry like myself. If you enjoy watching me expose the things that went on behind the scenes of the MLM that I was within, then definitely keep on watching. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time that I post. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like this type of content, and of course, if you wish, follow me on all social media platforms at the Jessica Hickson.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling, and when you're moving.
Today's small business shout out goes to Becky's Cricket Crafts. Becky actually sent me my own personalized Starbucks cup, which is absolutely adorable. She put my name on it over here and then put some cute little mermaid scales on it. Her Etsy shop is full of a bunch of different customized cups, so definitely go check her out and support a small business. I will leave all of her links in the description below. So first things first, you guys can see that my space doesn't exactly look the same as the rest of my videos, and that's because we're in the process of building like an office area. My kids randomly decided that they wanted to share a room, and we only have 3 bedrooms in our house, so I never really had a space to film. I always just did it on our bed. But when our kids decided that they wanted to start sharing a room, we turned my daughter's room into a playroom / office area. So behind the camera here, all of my kids' toys are a complete mess, but I have my own little filming space now, and we painted the wall green because I love color. I've tried so hard to be like a neutral, trendy girl with like the mustard yellow and the tans and the neutral type colors, and I just can't do it. I'm a colorful person. So I painted the wall green. I'm still trying to figure out what decor I want to do. So there's a bunch of stuff in the background, not sure what I'm doing with any of it or if I'm even keeping any of it. So that's why I'm in a new space, but hopefully soon, maybe in next week's videos, I will actually have some decor behind me and things will look a little bit better. But I was messing with the lighting in here and trying to figure out how it was gonna go. So I just decided, why not just start filming in here, because all my stuff's in here already anyway. So that's what we're gonna do today. The first thing I've noticed is that it's so much more comfortable than sitting on my bed, like sitting crouched over like this on my bed, and with the bed there's not much support, whatever. But when I'm filming on my desk now, I have something, almost fell, I have something to lean on. The camera's like right in front of my face, so I feel like I can see you guys better and you guys might be able to hear me better, hopefully. I don't know, but so far I'm loving it, and I'm absolutely loving the green wall. I'm so glad that I went with green. I think it looks so cute. I'm thinking of doing like black and white art with a gold frame, maybe like 2 big frames, like here and here but closer. 2 big frames with gold around them and then black and white photos. I'm not positive on that yet, but if you guys have any design tips for a green wall, definitely help a sister out, because I looked all over Pinterest, but there's not a whole lot of people who choose to paint their walls green, so that's what we're working with. But some of you guys know that I've been dealing with some health issues lately. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that. So I'm not sure when this video is gonna go up or if I'm even gonna stick to the same upload schedule. I'm still gonna try to upload twice a week. I just don't know what days those are gonna be. I can't predict what days I'm gonna feel good and what days that I'm gonna feel miserable. So I'm gonna try my best, but I'm also not gonna run myself into the ground, because the beauty of actually owning your own time and not just pretending you do within an MLM is that you get to take care of your health when you need to, and you don't have anyone down your throat like, you need to work harder because my paycheck is dropping, you know? So I'm gonna take full advantage of that and take care of myself first and foremost, and then create content because I love to for you guys. So I have a couple of different videos today that I'm gonna be reacting to for you guys. One of them I just randomly came across, and then the other one I was gonna do like a compilation of different success stories and pick them apart. But I found that all of these success stories online are from like 6 to 8 years ago. And I feel like that might be because the market is so oversaturated now that a lot of people aren't sharing their story online, or maybe the anti-MLM movement is being productive, and so people are scared to share their success stories online, knowing that it's probably gonna bite them in the butt when they quit in a few years. But I decided not to do the success stories compilation because I couldn't really find a whole lot on it. And there's a red flag. However, when I was looking for different success stories, I came across a video from someone who on social media very clearly and openly claims that they are a millionaire. And something about this video just really rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm going to share that one too at the end, but that's just going to be a little like addition to the video I'm doing right now. But as far as this video goes, basically it's a group of leaders who just recently got back from the winner's circle. And from what I understand, just based on posts that I've seen from people I personally follow or from people who are within the company and talk about it, is that people who enroll X amount of people, or they get points for enrolling distributors or customers or whatever, they're invited to what's called the winner's circle, which is at the CEO's ranch. And they just have like a weekend of, I'm not really sure what, maybe like doing team building and personal development type stuff at his ranch and just like having fun. So this is a very well-known leaders team call, and she has different guest speakers on there who just got back from the winner's circle. I'm gonna kind of skip through some of this because you guys know I don't really care to keep you watching this more than an hour long team call, because a lot of it we don't really care about, but I'm gonna kind of skip around to the points that I think are important to speak on. So with that being said, the first part of this video is just a girl sharing her story and talking about how this business helped her go credit card and debt free. So keep that in mind when we're listening to the first part of this video.
I love that. Okay, how many of y'all, okay, this is why these Zooms are so important, because how many of y'all have been around somebody this week outside of this business who just went completely credit card and loan debt free? Not too many of us, you know, like.
Okay, the reason you haven't spoken to someone that went credit card and loan debt free is because normal people don't go flashing their finances all around social media and thanking their job for paying off all of their debt. That's not like a normal thing. So that's why you wouldn't know about it or hear about it often, because when people are having these financial wins, they're celebrating with the people who mean the most to them, and they don't need to flash it all over social media to try to recruit people in with them, right? But this is a problem with MLMs, is that they try to make it seem like MLMs are the only answer. Like the only way you're gonna get credit card and loan debt free is by joining an MLM. And the only way that you're gonna live your dream life and not have to let someone else raise your kids is by joining an MLM, which is, we know, just not true. Okay, so now we're gonna listen to another girl on the same team call tell her story.
I am I love being around these people because I get inspired and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is happening to normal people. Like, they're going debt free. We've been able to pay off debt. I know all these girls on here have been able to pay off debt because of this business.
They've probably also put themselves into a lot of debt because of that business. Actually, I'm fairly certain that a lot of the people within the company have put themselves into some debt, paying to keep their business afloat.
So let that be like motivating to you to see that, like, holy cow, like, okay, I joined for like to pay off debt, but that seems really far in the future and almost impossible. But she just said it was possible. So I want to do that too. So let that be inspiring for you. Okay, you're next on my screen. So go ahead.
Hi, you guys. Okay, my name is, and I joined this business 2.5 years ago after following her 15 months on Instagram. I had no idea. I don't even have any idea how we became friends or followers or whatever on Instagram, because I didn't follow random people then. It was only, hi girls, I miss y'all so much. It was only people that I knew that was in my network on Instagram, and I didn't even have a Facebook. But, before this business, we were fortunate. We were able to take vacations with our kids. We were able to save a little bit of money each month. We weren't drowning in debt. Our house was paid off. And
how dumb do you think the original girl feels now for being like,
how many people have you met outside of this business that are going credit card and loan debt free?
And literally somebody on her team just said that before they joined the business, they were already credit card and loan debt free and their house was paid off.
We were fortunate, but at the end of the month, we were able to save a little bit. But come the time at the end of the year when our yearly house bills came up, we were back at square one with the same amount in the savings account January as we were in December. So it was kind of like we were never able to get ahead in that case, but we were still able to take vacations and do fun things. And then my daughter asked me to join tumbling on top of dancing. And I was like, where's the money going to come from? My parents have always taught us to save money for a rainy day or anything like that. And we're like, where's it going to come from? So I was like, okay, it's time for me to say yes. I followed her for 15 months and that was far too long. So, I said yes, and it's been such a blessing.
I kind of want to do a drinking game video like Isabella Lanter did. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it down below because it's so funny. But I want to do a drinking video where you like drink every time they say a very cliche statement. So remind me to add on there like,
Because I said yes,
or
all because I said yes,
or
I said yes, and
because only MLM girls say that. Literally nobody else says that. I also need to add on there this business, which I say all the time, I should do a drinking game to my own videos because I feel like I would like drink myself dead. Yeah, I definitely would. All right, so now we're gonna hear another girl story who was also at the winner's circle.
It was important to both of us that I stay home. So I'd always worked full time. So our pay was cut in half to let me do that. And to make up for it, my husband always worked a second job. So, ministry doesn't always bring in a lot of big bucks. So he worked a second job, which took him away from us, even more. Ministry's super busy. And then this was, even more time away from us. We hardly saw him. And I met my enroller it was purely the Lord looking back on it, how we met, because
Really? Another faith flex? I don't know why I'm surprised, honestly.
fast forward 3 or 4 months, my husband's second job was going away. That company was pulling out of Houston where we live. So he was losing that income. I think it was that night or the next day, I got another message from after I'd already told her no. She sent me another message and offered the business again. And this time it was the Lord.
That's not a God thing. She messages everyone on her Facebook and you just so happen to be on the list today, baby girl. You should know this by now.
The timing was perfect. And I basically said, I don't know what it is that you sell, but I see that you're doing really well. She was in ministry too. I signed up that day and she told me I could get a $10,000 bonus if I went diamond in 3 months. And I said, I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to do it.
Watching these videos now, it's very clear to me like that this would be a huge red flag, but I don't know. It's so hard to understand how people are so clouded in their judgment when they're in these things. But like, I was too, so I can't really talk. But she just admitted to herself and everyone else on this team call that she was in a very vulnerable position when this person kept reaching out to her. It's just very clear to me now that people in vulnerable situations are always the ones to fall victim to these things. Like the girl who kept contacting her and asking her to join, and she thinks it's a God thing that she contacted her on that day. That girl just learned that the fortune is in the follow-up and it was your day to get followed up with. It's like, that's not a God thing. You were simply on her list of hundreds of people probably that she was messaging that day. It truly baffles me how these women in ministry and women of God are so okay with lying to people every day because it fits their narrative, but like all other aspects of the Bible about like not judging people or whatever, they cling on to those when someone starts talking negatively about MLMs, but like the lying is okay. Like there are some very well-known distributors. I'm going to throw up some screenshots here of some very well-known distributors who all posted the same exact thing, claiming that it was from their teammates at the same exact time. So each of them posted a slide on their Instagram story that says, let's see what my team has to say about their paychecks. And all three of these distributors, very well-known distributors, posted this same exact screenshots of people like bragging about their paychecks. But what are the chances that they all got the same exact message from these different people? Like one of them, I think, was even dumb enough to not even try to edit out the name to make it look believable. But like, you know how text messages all have the rounded edges? This person just cropped off the person's name that the message was supposed to go to. And so the top of the message is like straight and then straight down and around. It's like, clearly you cropped that out. Like, they just don't care. They're cool with lying to people if it's benefiting them.
And that was my first goal, and I did it, plus other bonuses later on top of that, and haven't looked back. So we're triple diamond right now, and we're pushing for presidential, and that's going to happen soon.
Yes, it is. I love that so much. And guys, let her story show you that if you have somebody today or this week or this month who tell you no to the wraps and they tell you, I don't want to order these, I just want to know more about them, then they might be your next triple diamond. Okay. So don't let that discourage you whenever people tell you no, because it just might not be the right time. But she watched her for 9 months. Did y'all catch that?
It's not no, it's not right now. This is why it's so important when you're telling people no when they offer you something like this, is to say no and my answer will not change. Although they probably will still follow up with you a million times, to be honest. So just block them.
Tell us about you.
Okay. Hey, friends. Okay. So I'm from Louisiana. I just went triple in April. I've been in for almost 2 years. And okay, so before the business, like life was really rough. My husband used to work offshore. And so if you don't know what that means, he literally would be gone for like half the year at least away.
You guys probably can't see it because I have the video, the face is blurred, and I don't want to like expose these people, but it's pretty sad to me that this girl is literally telling a sob story to like make people feel bad for her. I don't know. But 2 of the 6 people that are supposed to be listening are literally like this. Like making sure that they're taking a photo of their Zoom so they can post it on social media. Like this girl's trying to like get sympathy here. She's like telling a sad story and how horrible her life was. And these people who love her so much and care about her so much and like are her rap sisters they don't give a shit. Like they're more worried about posting it on social media. What are the chances of this happening? I'm literally filming a YouTube video and I get a message from a Hun. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to reach out because I'm getting a group of friends and family together to learn all about Usborne, books, and more, and I thought you might like to join us for a night of fun. I recently joined as a consultant as my family is obsessed with these books. We have a ton, not even an understatement. Come join us. Like clearly my profile was not looked at before she messaged me. But anyways, we'll continue.
From us, and we had 2 kids at the time. So, you know, he was missing out on birthdays, Christmases, like a lot. Well, he got laid off because oil fields up and down. He was off work. He was laid off for like a few months.
I'm so distracted by these girls whose phones are in the camera and they're like going back and forth to try to show all these people that are on their team Zoom. That's gotta be so distracting for the girl talking.
And so we were like behind on bills. Like when he finally did get a new job, it was like, okay, we're not going to work offshore anymore. So he got a new one where he was home every night, but he was like,
I don't know if you'll be able to see the girl's facial expression in the editing that I do. I hope you can. But this girl, for her little video that she's putting on Instagram, is like this, going across her screen, and then like this. Like she clearly just showed how fake she is. Lord have mercy.
making like less than half what he had made when he was working offshore. So you're out of work for 4 months, you get behind, drowning in debt. Like we're literally borrowing money for groceries almost on a weekly basis.
I didn't plan to pause this much in this video, but notice how all of these people's stories start out with a sob story and how horrible they had it. So they're either being preyed upon because they were in a vulnerable situation, or they're like greatly exaggerating the situation they were in order to make their situation now with the business seem better than it actually is. Probably a little bit of both of those. Like they're probably exaggerating a little bit to make it seem like this business totally changed the outcome of their life, or they were open about their vulnerabilities and they were preyed upon because of that.
Tell us about you, girlfriend.
Hi. Sorry, my comments are coming up. I couldn't unmute myself. Props to you guys for blowing up the chat. But hi guys, I'm here. So I was actually, my story's a little bit different. I was actually in the business before, and something tragic happened in my life. My mother died. It was just a random thing that just happened. It was just crazy. And
Another poor mama in such a vulnerable situation with such a sad story who joined this because they were at a loss. So sad.
3 months later, I had a miscarriage. So my life was literally crumbling. Okay. And then it was three or 4 months after that, I got pregnant again with my daughter. She's now 10 months old now, but I got pregnant with my daughter and I was like, you know, something like I need to be home. Like I need to be home with my daughter. I was actually during that time working a 9 to 5 because I already took so much time off, and we were just in debt, like just from me taking time off because I was just depressed and I couldn't handle myself. I knew the opportunity that I had in my hand, and I'm like, I can be home with my daughter with this opportunity. So I joined the business again with, I went diamond in 55 days, and this is part of my story. I just got complacent, and we're going to talk about that a little later in terms of just camping. But now we're going double, and it's just an exciting time. And I've just seen so much growth, not just in me, but just in our family as well.
That is awesome. I love that. And yes, you are going double this month. It's happening.
Little comments like that put so much pressure on people to do things that they wouldn't normally do in order to reach that next level. I put a screenshot in one of my other videos. I don't remember which video it was, but I put a screenshot in one of my other videos of a girl in my downline who was talked into by our upline to put $4,000 into a paycheck that wasn't even going to be a $4,000 paycheck. And our upline was going to let it happen. Like little comments like, yeah, you're going to do it this month may seem harmless, but it's not, because those people remember that and they're like, this person is counting on me to get to the next level. I have to make it happen no matter what I have to do.
Okay. Tell us about you.
Hey y'all, so I started my business February of 2019. And I started my business because my husband and I were separated. And my team hears my story all the time, my tribe. But here's one thing I haven't said before. So I used to weigh 250 pounds and I've lost 100 pounds. And I was in the middle of that weight loss journey when my husband and I separated, and we got 4 kids. So I was like, I know I got some hustle. Like, I know I'm going to be good at this. Like, I didn't come into I know opportunity when I see it. And it's not to say you have to have some huge weight loss journey, but I knew how to maximize on that story that I had going on. So I came in.
You knew how to maximize on that story you had going on. So basically you were going to claim that your weight loss was due to the It Works products, and you were going to capitalize on the fact that your marriage was failing to recruit more people. Shady, bro.
Then what happened was I had just had in my head, like, I need to make $2,500 a month. And I was. My husband and I got back together and had a lot of chaos to work through. And the whole, like, what I was all hyped up about was I'm a single mom making money to support my kids. Well, that wasn't true anymore. So I didn't really know what to do. I come back in, paid rank Ruby in April. We went to double diamond by June. Really grew in leadership, pouring into my team. I have the best team. We have the best relationships. And we went triple diamond in March. We celebrated by going skydiving. And my husband, I just got him to triple diamond last month. So we're well on our way to Prez. And I just love that I didn't give up. How did I join? I used to sell phones with. He reached out to me when him and started their business. 4 years later, I responded it and told him I was ready. But I was watching because she's a genius and she tagged John and everything.
I used to do that too. It's so embarrassing. When you would go to my husband's page, his page would just look identical to my page because he doesn't really use social media. Like, he watches videos. He scrolls on TikTok a little bit now that he can just watch strictly videos instead of scrolling on Facebook to find videos to watch. But he doesn't really use social media. So I tagged him in all of my posts. Our Facebooks looked identical. And I went through and added all of the girls on his Facebook page. I'm sorry, ladies. A lot of them were my customers, some were my distributors, and that's how I found you guys. The secret is out.
So one thing that Mark shared with us, and if you're new here, Mark Pentecost is our CEO. So winner circle that we keep talking about. If you're like, what is a winner circle? Okay, so we all earned a trip to get to go to his ranch in Florida, and we went there just like a couple weeks ago. And so we were all together sharing ideas, different stuff. But one day we were sitting in his living room and he was telling us like this story about these campers and these climbers. So there's 3 different types of people. And if you're taking notes, you'll want to write this down. Quitters, climbers, and campers. Okay. So we talked first about the quitters, and those are pretty obvious, right? People who join this business and quit, or people who do things in life and quit. And they just stop doing them because things get hard. They come up against this roadblock and they feel like, oh, this is just a sign that it's not for me. When in reality, it's just a sign that you need to keep pushing forward because your breakthrough's coming. But those are the quitters. Okay. Then you have the campers. Okay. The campers are people who join this business. Kind of touched on this a second ago, so I'll use her as an example. get to a goal, whether it's their shopping spree or ruby or diamond or whatever, and then they just get complacent and they just camp out there. They get a little bit of the way up the mountain and they stop.
Or maybe, I know, crazy concept, but maybe they've achieved what they initially set out to achieve and they don't want to run themselves into the ground trying to reach for the next best thing. Being happy and content in your life is okay. There's no reason to emotionally, physically, mentally drain yourself, always reaching for the next best thing, because at that point, what are you living for then? That's a major problem with these guys, is that they are always pushing people to go to the next best thing. So these people start to become miserable and mentally brainwashed into thinking that it's their fault if they're not achieving what their leader's goal is, because these people are pushing them to do so. It's gross.
And they just don't continue pushing forward for whatever reason. And then you have your climbers. And those are the people who go up the mountain and they consistently climb, they consistently push, and they are persistent in their pursuit to get to the top of this mountain. And so the last thing I'll say before, if you want to start, the one thing that he said was, he talked about this quote from this girl. And I don't even know if she was a real girl or if it was like a fake story, but this girl kept trying to climb this mountain over and over and over again. And she kept failing. And these people went up to her, I think they were reporters or whatever, and they were like, why do you keep trying to climb this mountain? And she looked back at them and she said, because the mountain never gets bigger. And every time I fail, I grow and I learn. And I was like, dang, that girl's going to get to the top of the mountain one day. And I don't know how long it's going to take her, but she's going to get to the top.
I don't disagree with that. However, in this case, it is being used as a manipulation tactic to make people keep moving when they're having any sort of negative feelings about the MLM that they're in. So here they're just telling people, like, if you have a setback, just keep pushing past it. And if you're knocked down, just keep moving to the top. It doesn't matter how fast you go, as long as you keep going and you don't quit. When people use these inspirational quotes or stories that they find in an effort to manipulate their own team within an MLM, it's really disgusting. Like, there are some good intentions behind a lot of the really good inspirational quotes that these people use, but the way that they're using them just ruins the entire thing for me, which is a huge reason why personal development, self-help, whatever, has been kind of ruined for me, because I was forced and fed all this BS throughout the time that I was within my MLM. So now when I read that stuff, it's almost like a joke to me. It's like, it sounds ridiculous to hear people tell me, keep climbing the mountain, you'll make it to the top, it doesn't matter how fast you go. Like, I believe in that, and I think that is a good quote for like everyday life. But when these people twist these kinds of things to manipulate you into doing things that they want you to do so they can make more money, it just ruins the whole concept.
And somebody said, I might be a slow climber. Girl, I don't care if you crawl up the mountain, but you better not stop. Okay. I don't care if you crawl or if you walk or if you run. If you can run up a mountain, I'll be really impressed.
Exactly what I was just saying. Like, let people be. If they want to chill and not have to stress about the business, aka messaging hundreds of people and staying plugged in and adding a bunch of new people that they have no clue who they are to their page and being open and vulnerable when they don't want to be. If they don't want to do that, leave them alone. Like, let them live their life.
But I don't care how you get up there, just don't stop. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So talk about your aha moment and talk a little bit about your takeaway or whatever from the mountain.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot to say a while ago that my team is pushing presidential. We are going presidential 2021. Woohoo! So I forgot to add that in a while ago. So I'm not leaving that out because that needs to be proclaimed out loud. So, okay. So my aha moment, and this was from the first winner circle and this last one. The first aha was that there is no shape, mold, color, background, anything. There is no mold you have to fit in to do this business. Okay, guys, there just isn't. You can be from any state, any nationality, any size. You can be male, you can be female, anything, and you can be successful in this business.
Yeah, as long as you know how to manipulate a lot of people and how to teach those people to manipulate a lot of people. You're golden.
Okay. That is my first aha moment. Nobody gets to decide but you, right? And nobody gets to decide whether you're a camper or a climber but you. Okay, there are no quitters on this call. We're not even going to talk about quitters because ain't nobody got time for that. So we're going to talk about campers and climbers. I love when Mark said, when he was telling that story, and he said, you know, how many of you have camped? How many of you are currently camping? And my sister-in-law looked at me. She went with me and she was like, I've been camping. And you know what? That's okay. Because you know what she said? I'm going to draw a line in the sand. I'm going to step over and I'm going to start climbing. And that's all any of you have to do. It's not this, it's not an epiphany. It doesn't happen. It's just a decision. It's making a decision and saying, I'm not camping anymore. I don't have time to camp. I don't want to have to go to the lake every day and catch my meal and be cooking and camping here for forever. I want to be climbing. I want to climb that mountain and I want to get to the top. And the only way I'm going to do that is to get out of my comfort zone, lace up my bootstraps, and let's go.
This whole concept of like great things come from outside your comfort zone. Like, I get it. Starting something new can be a little bit scary or whatever, but great things can come from your comfort zone, believe it or not. Like, you don't have to be uncomfortable with everything that you're doing in order to be successful in anything that you do. And the only reason that they're telling you that is because they, one, don't want you to quit. Two, they know that messaging a bunch of people and adding a bunch of random people to your social media is terrifying and uncomfortable. So they want you to think that the only way that you're going to grow is by getting uncomfortable.
And I just love that he said, you know, it's okay if you stop and you look around and you assess where you're at. But that should be like, it's like our upline, and some of us are on the team. She says, see it, believe it, work for it, pray for it. And she says, I want you to see your goal for 3 seconds. And then I want you to believe, and then I want you to let it go. And I want you to believe you can do it. I want you to pray for it. And then I want you to work your butt off for it. And that's, I mean, it's exactly like climbing. Don't be a camper. Jump up that mountain and go. Like, get your boots on and go. You can do it. The only person holding you back is you.
So inspirational. It's pretty annoying how all MLMs claim that the only reason you're not succeeding is because of you. It's never the business structure, never. Always you. Get your mind right.
And I just feel like so many times we're like, but this person's not working, or this person's not doing that, or gosh, I feel like I'm all alone. You know what? That means you just need to dig down deeper.
The problem with this is when you're in an MLM, it's so preached that like it's no one else's job to work your business. It's not someone else's job to make you successful. That's up to you. You need to work harder, get your mind right, blah, blah, blah. However, you cannot succeed in an MLM without other distributors working as well. Like, the only way to promote is to have teammates who are working. So that's why people get upset and feel like they can't promote when their team is not working. And that's why they complain about their team not working, is because it's impossible to succeed in an MLM if your team is not working. You can't do it alone. Like, it's easy for these girls to say that because they're in like a thriving point in their business. They're reaching the ranks that they wanted to reach. They're reaching the top or whatever. But 99 point some percent of people within this company are not at that level. So one person not working on your team is a huge deal when you only have 2 legs, you know? But when these people are at thriving points in their business and people are working and their businesses are going the way that they want them to, it's easy for them to be like, it's not their responsibility to make sure that you're successful.
So one last thing I want to share before I'm done is I was just on a power hour before this, and a girl put this quote in the chat, and I was like, I got to share that. It's so good. It says, discipline is doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it and believing it will make you better. And that is what makes you great. And it is the same thing when you're working your business and climbing that mountain. Maybe you don't want to get up and climb that day. So what? you're going to do it anyways.
But time freedom. I thought that's the whole reason these people join, is because they want the time freedom. They don't want to have to work when they don't want to work. They don't want to have to take their kids to daycare. They don't want to have to ask for vacation days or ask for sick days. Like, they want to be able to work on their own time, right? Red flag.
Okay, so I feel like my aha moment and the camper climbers kind of go together. So whenever we joined this business, we all had a goal. Everybody joined this business wanting something. For me, it was $200 to $300 a month to pay for tumbling and to save. When really, without knowing it, that's our dream. Okay, so Mark talked about dreaming and redreaming. So, for those that are new, you joined this business with a dream, whether you know it or not. It was just a goal. I felt like it was just a goal, but looking back, that was a dream that we had. I wanted to make $200 to $300 a month, right? And I hit that. Everybody's going to hit your dreams as long as you're going for it, right? But he always says you want to keep redreaming. And I did. When I joined, I honestly asked me, see, what's your small goal and what's your big goal? Like, what's your 3-month goal and what's your year goal? And I told her my year goal, because I joined in February, I told her I wanted to be Ruby by December. And she was like, well, no, that would be your small goal. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Ruby is my big goal by December. And she was like, let's make that your small goal. What would be your big goal? And it was diamond by December, because I honestly didn't think I could. I didn't even know how I was going to make the $200 to $300 a month, right? But I went diamond in 2 months and double diamond in 3 months. So I kept redreaming. Okay. And that's what you want to do. You want to keep redreaming. But last year, when we double promoted from double to press, I felt selfish and I felt like I was bragging by redreaming. I was like, my team's going to think that I'm like this big money driven person when really I'm not. Do I want to make money? Yeah. But I want my team to make money too.
I think that's a very valid feeling, and I had similar feelings when I was going to promote, but I feel like it should be seen as a red flag, because that's probably your gut telling you that something's not right and that you're subconsciously or consciously taking advantage of other people in order to make the money that you want to make or that you want your team to make or whatever. Don't sit here and claim like, oh yeah, like I want to make money, but more than anything, I want my team to make money. No, because if you weren't making money, you wouldn't give a shit what your team does.
I have my goals, Ambassador, Millionaires Club. Like, I have these dreams that I wanted, but I wasn't shouting it out to my team because that's how I felt. I felt like I was being selfish. My yellow heart I can't take it. I'm like, I don't want my team to think I'm bragging. I don't want them to think I'm, whatever. But by me not telling them my new dreams, newbies coming in aren't able to see me dreaming at all. They're not able to see me.
Why does everybody talk like that? Everybody on these calls, I don't know if they're like trying to be inspirational or what, but they're like whisper yelling.
They don't see that. They're not able to see me dreaming and redreaming. They're not able to see it. So my team, they need to see me dream big so they know what's possible with this business.
Sorry, I went a little bit overboard there.
Casting any type of vision of what this business is capable of for your family. And if you're not redreaming, and even if you're brand new, have you hit that dream that you came in for? Okay, what's next? What's your next?
Always got to be the next best thing. But are we like going to teach people how to actually work, or are we just talking about mindset here? And every other training call from MLMs. Okay, so I'm done with that video because they're not really teaching us anything and they're just being annoying. But now I want to show you guys the video that I came across when I was looking for like It Works success stories. And I don't know if I'm gonna pause it. I don't know if I'm gonna let it play all the way through. We'll see how my emotions do during it. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and play it.
Hey guys, it's Presidential Diamond Leader with It Works Global, and I wanted to read something to you really quickly. And so when I got home today from Green Carpet, I was going through the mail on my desk and I came across a letter, a piece of mail. And I wanted to read it really quickly, and this is not something that anyone else would know. if this was 15 months ago. And I wanted to read this to you because this is tough. And this says, important information about your health coverage. And it says, it is time for your Medicaid HealthWise eligibility review. And this letter used to mean so much to me because we were so broke, and our insurance was provided through the government. And today I received this about just renewing our health coverage. So I used to have to send in just my income of what I would make, and I remember that I was so scared every time that I would send it in because I was so worried that we wouldn't be eligible anymore for health coverage and for our food stamps and all of our government assistance. And 15 months ago, that's how we got by, is from this letter. And you can see where it says, it's time for your Medicaid eligibility review. And my heart is just so happy because 15 months ago we decided that there was more to life. There was more than just living in poverty and living on food stamps and government assistance. And we fought so hard. We fought so hard for this, and we wouldn't be here without our team and without the support of our corporate team and our sideline friendships. And I just wanted to make this video because I know that there is someone out there who is in a position that we were in, and I just want you to know that it will get better, and you have to be able to dream and just know that there is more to life. And I just pray that if you need this business, that you just jump in and take the leap. Don't be scared, because you will have an entire family behind you every single step of the way cheering you on. And this used to be who I was. This was everything to me. And I remember just the feeling in my stomach every time that I would open this letter. I wasn't sure if we were still eligible. I wasn't sure what was really going to happen next. But this is not who I am anymore, because I decided to take a stand and to take the leap and to never look back. And I know that my past does not define me. And I know that that is not the woman that I was meant to be, that God intended me to be. And I was worth so much more than this letter. And so I just wanted to make this video to tell you that there is more. That I found more. And we work so hard every single day. And we are fighters. And we will never give up. And this letter, this is not who I am anymore. And I am worthy of so much more than this. And I will never forget where we came from. And just know that I'm praying for you.
My problem with this video is a couple of things. One, there is almost 44,000 views on this video, and the comments are full of poor mamas just in the same situation, thinking that they found an answer, thinking that they found a way out, thinking that what happened for her would happen for them if they join this company. And later on in the video, she goes to say, join this company and I promise you, your life will be forever changed. Yeah, maybe for the negative, like most of the people The far majority, a lot, 99.7% of people who join MLMs fail or lose money, right? So there is a big chance, a huge chance that you're gonna lose money and you're gonna be in an even worse situation than you were in before, but she's gotta have this relatability factor with dramatics included. So she has to take a video of herself sobbing her eyes out about a welfare, Medicaid, whatever. Like, it's one thing to get on and be like, I'm so proud of what I've accomplished. A year ago, you know, I would have been obsessing over this letter, but thanks to my team, blah, blah, blah. But then to be like, you need this, and if you join me, I promise the same thing will happen for you. And she literally says, I promise. So FTC, where you at though? She promises to all these poor mamas in the comments that their life will be forever changed and that their situation will change just like hers did if they join the business with her. Like, your government assistance letter does not determine your worth. Your social status does not determine your worth. Your income does not determine your worth. And for as godly as these women claim to be, they should know that your worth is in God's eyes and God's eyes only. Like, nothing in your physical life will determine your worth in the eyes of God. Your income does not make you more worthy. Your social status does not make you more worthy. Your government assistance does not make you more or less worthy. So boo-hoo. Get off your high horse and quit trying to take advantage of yet more vulnerable women. The mom guilt, the faith manipulation, it's all a tactic to take advantage of the people who are in that type of situation and looking for a way out. Go away, it's disgusting. Anyways, you guys, that's all that I have for today. Hopefully today's video was a little bit longer. You guys have been asking for some longer videos, but I haven't been feeling great the last few days, so my last couple of videos were a little bit shorter. But this one should be a little bit longer, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just